All right, here we go. China Mac, welcome back.
What's up, Vlad?
A lot of waves last couple times that you came through here.
I know, but I'm pretty sure that surprised you.
Well, I'm always surprised.
Yeah,
when someone gets millions of views, unless it's a major celebrity, like.
Well, I'm a major celebrity, bro. Like, get used to it,
Get used to it. But yeah, no, I'm always surprised. But I'm pleasantly surprised. You know what I'm saying? And your last few interviews have done crazy. If anyone hasn't seen it, go back and watch these.
Nah, definitely.
Right now, just the whole story of the Chinese mafia, and your background and everything that you've done is absolutely crazy. So let's talk about some of the stuff that we didn't cover last time, because you ended up doing a lot of jail time over the years. Like, how much total jail time have you done if you just add it all together?
Like, if you include like juvenile jail and everything, like probably like 25 years.
25 years.
20 something, yeah.
And you're how old?
You know what I mean? But you want my Hollywood?
More than half your life.
More than
half your life.
Yeah.
So for every day that you've been alive, for every 2 days that you've been alive, at least one of those days was spent in a cage.
Yeah.
Essentially. Does that bug you out when you hear that?
I mean, no, because I was there, Mm-hmm. But it does. When you look back at it, and you're like looking at it, and you're looking at it in a sense of like normality. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, that's fucked up. But because I'm so accustomed to it, and this is my life, and but I look at it and it's just it's fucked up. But at the same time, it's like I used it, like I was able to like grow from it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of times when you talk about prison, you talk about the gang fights. You talk about the violence with the inmates towards each other. But you actually saw a lot of violence with the COs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
I've seen a lot of stuff happen, like, because the officers, the officers have a hard job, they have a hard job. And their job is to maintain, just maintain order in a madhouse, right? So it's for them to do so, a lot of these inmates are in there, not inmates, but a lot of prisoners are in there for, big crimes, especially when you're in maximum prisons. They're in there for murder. They're in there for couple counts of murder. Like, you never know. Like, So the officers are trained to react in a certain way. You know what I mean? They don't have time to sit there and figure out, okay, if you're like this, if you're a murderer or if you're not, whatever, they just treat everybody the same way. It's like a blanket type of thing. And their conditioning makes them respond in a really fucked up way. You know what I'm saying? And then that kind of pushes the prisoners in a certain way. So, like, sometimes the prisoners, you got murderers in it. So if the officers are pushing a certain way, there's only so much somebody that's going to be doing life in prison is going to take. So I've seen some crazy stuff. I seen officers get stabbed. I know I've heard of officers dying. I seen officers get cut. I seen big riots where, like, female officers get knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always been surprised why they put female officers in male prisons.
Yeah,
that's what happens a lot, right?
They do that.
Yeah, it's always bugged me out because clearly, physically, they're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I've seen a female officer get knocked out and dragged into the cell.
Wow.
Yeah, like, knocked out cold, and the dude just dragged her in the cell and just had her in the cell until the backup came and saved her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, man, I don't know why a female officer would even a female CO would even take a job like that. I mean.
Well, yeah, prisons, like everything else, I could just say for New York, right? Because I can't talk for other states, because I don't know what goes on there, right? I've been to prison in New York, and in New York, it's a little different, just like New York City. Like, New York City used to be real tough. It used to be a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So the prisons used to be a lot tougher too. The prisons in New York State have went down. Like, you know, it's not as crazy as it used to be, but it still gets crazy. You know,
Rikers is still crazy.
Yeah, it still gets crazy.
Yeah. In fact, Rikers is supposed to get shut down eventually.
Yeah, officers are getting knocked out, cut, stabbed. Like, that's happening. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Well, me personally, you know, I've never been in prison. I've been locked up in central bookings here and there, like little.
Oh, you did central booking?
Yeah, I did central booking. Yeah, I did central booking.
Did you eat the sandwich?
I didn't eat that shit.
Yeah.
One of the guys told me to don't eat that.
You be shitting for days.
Yeah. You know, getting transferred from cell to cell as you're waiting to meet with the judge. But the reason why I feel one of the main reasons why I never went to prison is that after I saw the movie American Me, have you seen that?
Yeah.
And when I saw all the rape scenes, that was the first time I ever saw anything like that. I said, I'm never going to prison. Fuck that. But you actually have seen these types of rapes in prison.
I mean, I haven't seen a rape, you know, but I've seen. I don't know if it wasn't a rape, you know. So my first, it was like my first year. No, it was like my first couple months in prison. Like, Rikers Island is not prison. Rikers Island is jail.
Jail, yeah.
Right? So once you're sentenced to Rikers Island, they send you to first like a holding facility, upstate holding facility, where they process you and stuff. And then from there, you're there for like a month or two, and then they take you to your prison. So if you have more than, like 7 years or something like that, you go to maximum prison. So I went to a maximum prison, and it was my first, it was my second or third day there, right? So I went to go take a shower. I went in the bathhouse, and the bathhouse is like, you know, a large. There's no individual showers.
Yeah, it's just
you just gotta go one big room and you go and you go shower. So there's like maybe like 100 people in there showering, right? Or like 50 to 100 people showering. So every stall is packed. Like, the lines are packed. So I didn't know the area. I didn't know what was going on. So I stayed in the back of the line. So by the time I got in there, everything was packed, and there was a time constraint. They're like, "Oh, you got 8 minutes." So I went to every spot, and everything was packed. So I went to the back. So me and two dudes that I came with, we went to the back. So the back seemed open. So we go in there, it's open, and when I walk past, I see fucking this big ass fucking dude, and he was like throwing up this other fucking. It was two dudes, you know what I'm saying? And they was like fucking. They was fucking right there.
Oh, so it was consensual.
Yeah, it was consensual, but that shit fucked me up. Like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I never wanted. I don't think I took another shower for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, until I understood the like.
Don't go in the back.
You know what I mean? You just gotta understand certain things on prison. I didn't understand at that time, and that shit really, like, I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if it was consensual or not at the time, but I was just like, yo, this is crazy, bro. And I didn't even take a shower for like 2 weeks, because I was like, that shit fucked me up. You know what I mean?
Well, right, because, you know, men are sexual beings.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, if you tell someone that they have life in prison and they're never going to get to see another woman for the rest of their life, I think a lot of men just say, well, fuck it, I'm just going.
Nah.
Nah, it doesn't work that way?
Nah. I mean, not for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying for you.
No, but I'm saying you have weak men. You have men that's their preference, right? Like, some people are just, I don't know, genetically, like, you know, biologically, whatever, that's just, you know, that's their preference. But then you have men that have never, or that has never really entertained it before, but then when they do that shit, when they do the time gets to them. It breaks them down.
And also, I've heard in prison that there's sort of like this, to me, sort of this strange mentality where it's not considered gay if you're doing.
Gay. You're gay, bro.
To me, it's gay.
Yeah.
But you know I'm talking. You know what I'm about to say, right?
Men saying that,
like, if you're doing the fucking, it's not gay. But if you're getting fucked, then that is gay.
Yeah.
To me, it's all gay.
And then men say, like, if dudes like, sucking whatever, like giving head, that's not gay. Nah, that's gay, bro. You let any man touch you in a sexual manner, that's gay. It doesn't matter. Like you're fucking gay, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how tough. Yo, it'd be surprised. Like, I was so surprised at some of these people. Like, some of these people you would never think. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Big cock diesel dudes.
Yeah, you would never think. And then fucking they turn out to be. And they'll hide that shit. They'll hide that shit for a good minute. They'll hide it, and then they'll put on this big bravado. But then, you know, they're gay. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out they're gay, and then that does something to your it does something to, you know, your reputation in there. You know what I'm saying? That's like really, you know, that's kind of people don't fuck with you after that. Like,
right, because, you know, I just interviewed Trey D.
Yeah.
You know, from the West Coast, and he did a lot of jail time. And he was saying how homosexuals in prison kind of get put into a different section a lot of times.
In prison, you have you know, the hub and the dub, which is the Watson Compton car. They kick it together. Then you got the gangster car, all the people under the gangster banner, they kick it together. All the hood, neighborhood Crips, they kick it together. The Pyros, they got their own. So they kick, you know what I mean? So everybody got their own car that they oversee. So certain cars allow certain shit to go on within them that other cars don't.
Huh.
And the Long Beach car, we don't do no faggots, no telling, no, not homophobic, again, but we don't do no faggots, we don't do no telling, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we don't condone no busterism behind the wall.
That's true.
In the prisons that I'm in New York, no. They put them out there. They're there, but they're separated. Like, they'll have their own table. They'll have their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, but it's just crazy, bro. Like, I could never really understand that. You know what I mean? And then kind of you could kind of tell. Like, I've seen. See, and that there's nothing against, you know, homosexuals and what they do.
Shout out to all the gay viewers, man.
But what I'm saying is, I've seen people be sleeping on gay people, right? But at the end of the day, they're men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen gay people put in work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, put in work. And then, like, that's the worst thing in prison. Like, I don't care. When I see a homosexual in prison, right, I stay away from them, right? For the two reasons. Because if I get too friendly, if I talk to you too much, everybody else that's looking is gonna perceive like, okay, he's gay as well. He's probably gay. You know what I'm saying? If you see him, if you're talking too many times, people are gonna take their own, you know, ideals for it, right? Ideas for it. And also, you don't want to get too familiar with them, because if you get into a fight with them or something like that, it don't matter if you win or you lose. It's still a loss. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, what was that? A gay quarrel, like a lover's quarrel? And then if the dude got hands and he fucked you up, that it's over for your career. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's over for your career.
You just got beat up by a gay guy.
Yo, I've seen gay people I've seen people.
Right, because it's still men.
Yeah,
like, at
I've
the end
seen
of the
people
day, they
get
still
put
work
out.
They still got muscles, like.
And then I've seen, like, wars, like a whole group, like a gang against the gays, against the gay people, and the gay people put in that work.
So there's gay gangs in prison.
It's not I wouldn't say it's a gang, but they're together.
Right, it's a crew.
Yeah, it's a crew. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say they had a name for themselves and it was like, you know, they color banging and shit. But they had a crew. You know what I'm saying? So if you fuck with one and then they're gonna stick together. And that's a crazy scene, bro. Like in the yard, and it's like, yo, that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And then to be in jail and you see, like, these motherfuckers with titties and fucking, like.
Well, but, you know, I had heard, because, you know, my friend Omar, he was locked up, you know, for a long time for murder. And he was saying how you can't put a transsexual in the yard because the place will just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? You throw someone that looks like a woman.
Bro, it's different again. You know what I mean? Like,
he was upstate.
And I seen him there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So really, so you throw someone in the yard with titties and a wig? And...
I've seen him there, bro. I seen him there. I mean, not a wig, but they take all that shit out. You know what I mean? But if the person, you got titties, you know what I'm saying? They can't put them with the women. You know what I mean? What
Right.
are we gonna do? Put him with the women? No. You know what I'm saying? He's still a man. You know what I mean? But he got titties. So where you gonna put him at? You're gonna like you
Put him with a
and
man.
you can't lock him away by himself because that's like, you know, they can sue for that
it's
shit.
unfair,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's unfair.
Yeah.
So you have to they got him with the men. And yo, that shit fucked me up. I feel violated when I just like, cause I might be in the shower and then this motherfucker come walking by with his fucking. I'm like, oh my god, bro, get me out of here, bro. Be crazy, bro.
Well, this is what you sign up for
Nah,
when you
I
go to
know.
prison.
That's why I don't
It,
want.
it comes with all that.
I do not want to go back to prison. Like that. These are the main reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get subjected to that type
Yeah.
of shit, man. That shit nasty.
Well, you know, throughout your childhood, we talked about this last time. What was the name of the gang that you were affiliated with?
Go Shadows.
The Ghost Shadows. Now, you get to prison, and I'm assuming there's not a big Ghost Shadow crew in there. You're pretty much solo. But you have Crips, you have Bloods, you have Latin Kings. Who else? In terms of like the big crews in there, you got the Mexicans. I don't know if New
It's
York.
not a big. I mean, they're started like you got the MS-13s in there, but they're not a big group. Like in California, is like
Yeah,
you
you
know
got the Aryans. Not a lot.
some of them.
So it's
like,
mostly
you know,
just Crips, Bloods, and Latin Kings.
yeah. You have the you have other gangs there too. You know what I mean? Other gangs that you probably that are just jail based. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like what? Give me an example.
You have the Rat Hunters.
Rat Hunters.
Yeah.
Never even heard of that.
And they're a really small gang. They're a small gang, but they're very particular in who they pick and coming in. Like everybody that comes in has to have life, right?
Oh,
So
it's
it'd
a
be like
lifer. It's a lifer crew.
it'd be one of them. And so you know, it's the crazy is like the Bloods and the other gangs. They're just going for the numbers. So they'll just basically accept anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And while you have other gangs that are more particular in who they're picking. So this gang might only have 10 people in the jail, 10 of them, right? While these other gangs might have 50, you know what I mean? But these 10, nobody will want to fuck with these 10. You know what I'm saying? Because these 10 is like, they're not playing with you. They're not gonna cut you. They're gonna put some fucking iron in you. You're not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain gangs in there that are just like really super serious, and then there's other gangs that are just for the numbers. They're just, you know what I mean?
That's interesting. So the Rat Hunters, I'm assuming because they don't fuck with rats.
Yeah.
And how often do you see a situation where someone is considered thorough as part of a gang and so forth, and then someone pulls up some paperwork on them that they actually ratted on somebody?
Shit, I've seen that a lot.
A lot.
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely seen
And
that.
what happens at that point?
The reputation is over, and you know, they're marked, you know. But some of them still get busy, like, you know what I mean? Just because you told and you violated those codes doesn't mean that you're like pussy in the sense that you're not gonna stab or kill somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Or you're not nice with your hands, or you're not gonna, you know, put in some work on somebody. So there's still people that, you know, that like that, but you know, they can't never, you know what I mean? They'll always be marked, and nobody will ever fuck with them, and they would get attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it'll be wherever they go, they can never really be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You might be walking this way and somebody just come behind you and just, you know what I mean? So
This kind of brings me to my next question with the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation and the whole Treyway situation. Do you know any of these guys?
no, I know some of them that was around them, but nah, I never really met them.
Okay. When you look at that situation, from your point of view, as someone who has been through the system and so forth, you know, and I only know what I've read and what we reported on, but you got the situation with the 9 Trey Bloods. A bunch of them got hemmed up, you know, Mel Murder, Shotti, I think a few other guys, and Tekashi 6ix9ine. They all got hemmed up, and by the feds, and they're facing a bunch of different charges. Based on what you know, when you went to prison, was it Fed cases or was it state?
No, it was state cases.
It was state cases,
Yeah.
which I heard is actually easier. I mean, in terms of trying to beat it and so
Yeah,
forth. Because
definitely.
the feds, I've heard different numbers. The average I've heard is like a 95% conviction rate
Yeah, it's in the 90s.
in the 90s.
It changes within the years, but
It's usually in the 90s.
yeah, it's hard to beat them.
When you look at that case, do you think there's any sort of reasonable chance of these guys walking away from this? Based on, they have photos, they have, and I heard they have a snitch. They had an informant in there that was recording stuff also.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like Tekashi's gonna tell. You know what I mean? It really depends. It depends on who the feds want. You know what I mean? If the feds already, because they don't come, the feds don't come until they already have the shit all mapped out. You know what I mean? They're not gonna come half-ass, put you on to it, and then they already got it mapped. Or they might come and then like let you go. In their case, you know what I mean? Because the feds came, they raided his house before. He even said it that the feds be parked outside of his house. So they already have the shit all mapped out before they come and put them handcuffs on you.
Right, because I believe that the phones were being tapped and everything else like that.
The feds, when they come, they already had a shit mapped out, right? So I believe that there was somebody with the wire on. I believe that because they want, see, you know what it is? If Tekashi and all of them, if they weren't so loud, I don't think it would be as drawn out. But because he was so loud and so like, yo, what happens is, all right, here's my breakdown of Tekashi. I don't feel Tekashi's a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tekashi is he's just a regular kid. You know what I'm saying? And he bought into this whole persona. He bought into this lifestyle for clout. So he basically just turned his whole life for clout, so he could pursue this career. He put tattoos on his face. He did all of this so he can create this character, right? And also with the gang that's even more interesting for the eye, for the story, for everything. You have all of these gangsters around. You have all of this. So he did all of that knowingly in his mind. I'm gonna do all of this so it could even look crazier, so I could get so much hype and so much clout and so much this and cause so much commotion. And I think he was genius for that. You know what I'm saying? Because marketing-wise, he was genius for that. But I think he was fucking stupid as fuck that he didn't think that there was going to be repercussions for this. You know what I mean? Because you're playing with fire. You're fucking telling gangsters. You're telling people. You're playing with a lifestyle that people died for. You're playing with a lifestyle that people fucking murdered for, that people lost their fathers for, that people, did all of it. Like, you know what I mean? This is like the gang culture is like deep. You know what I'm saying? So now here come this guy that obviously is not part of this shit, and he just comes in this shit, and then he's just fucking, just like telling people to suck his dick and like just doing all of this extra shit for clout, right? But you're doing this to people that are real, that are really about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're really, even if he's not telling the certain people, he's just causing a lot of commotion amongst real gangsters.
Oh, right, because did you see that one TMZ video where he was on the phone with Tato?
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh yeah, I got a 30-pack on him. And it was like, yo, like, did he just put a hit out on him on fucking with a camera on his face? With a visible camera rolling while he's saying that? And I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but when you're watching it, you're just like, yo, what the fuck?
That's reckless, bro.
And then so, a shooting happened. He got,
and this is what the
got
RICO
shot
is.
at right afterwards.
So he's nabbed for the RICO. So the RICO is basically, the RICO came about because for organized crime.
RICO stands for
racketeering. Continued.
Racketeering, continued criminal organization.
Yeah. Okay. So this came about.
Or racketeer, influenced, and corrupt organizations.
Okay. So this came about because of the mafia, right? It started because of the mafia, because it was so hard for the police to keep them on charges because nobody talked, right? Nobody wanted to tell, and it was just so hard. So the feds came up with this thing called RICO that made it easier for them to. You don't need solid evidence like that before, right? All you need is proof that you're part of the organization.
Yep.
And proof that you had conversations, that you knew about, things like organized crime, like you used the crime, the gang, the organization to commit crimes. That's it. That's all you need. So that right there, right? And it's crazy that TMZ put that out, but I guess it's a media outlet, but it's crazy that, because this could really, I don't know if they're using it, but that could potentially put them away. You know what I'm saying? That particular thing. Because they can prove, like, all right, they can prove right now, all right, that you're part of the organization, right? We're proving that you're part of the organization. You said it. You're throwing gang signs. You're a part of it, right? On top of that, you're using your gang, your influence. You're using that to potentially put hits out on people, right? That's RICO right there, bro. That's 25. That's life right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a clear point of these kids not understanding. This shit is not a fucking game. You know what I'm saying? These fucking kids are like, you fucking like using this shit for like clout and waving guns around and fucking like doing this gang shit. Like, this shit is for real. Like, people die for this shit. People spend the rest of their fucking lives for this shit. People rot in prison, watch their mothers, their fathers, their children die while they're fucking in jail because of this gang shit. You know what I'm saying? And here you are, a stupid motherfucker that don't got nothing. You don't know what the fuck you doing. And you playing with this shit. And you're playing with this shit. And you're drawing mad attention to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not only drawing attention from the police, but you're drawing attention from everybody else. Real people that really feel deeply about this gang shit. So if the police didn't come, it was just a matter of time that the energy that you put out is going to combust and is going to bring back some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you remember the day that he ended up getting probation for the pedophile shit, there was a shooting that happened at Philippe's restaurant in New York. Like, one of his guys got shot.
Yeah.
The same day. And then, like a week or two later, when he was in LA filming the music video with Kanye and, Nicki was on her way, the house they were at gets shot up, right after the altercation with YG's people. Not to say that one had anything to do with the other, but I'm just saying, like, you have these multiple shootings that have happened, and what does he do after the last shooting? He does a little video dancing around all his little security guards and everything else like that. He's, still telling people to suck his dick, still pushing the line, you know what I mean? Still being Tekashi.
Well, you gonna learn today.
Okay, so he gets transferred. He was originally in Rikers, and he gets transferred out.
He was never in Rikers.
He was in Rikers.
Nah, I mean, not for this. Fed in the feds, you don't go to Rikers. He was in the Rikers for the other shit when he got picked up for the other shit, but just now he wasn't in Rikers. He was in Fed. He was in probably Brooklyn, the Brooklyn spot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
the feds and Rikers is totally different things. Like, there's two different. You don't go like state is Rikers Island. Feds is like MDC.
I'm looking at these articles. Tekashi claims people attempted to murder him in Rikers Island.
Yeah, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Tekashi lands in a special area of Rikers Island. I mean, these are all legitimate.
He's not on Rikers Island, bro. There's no way he's on Rikers Island. Unless he was on Rikers Island. He was on Rikers Island for the last
According to the New York City Department of Correction website, the rapper was at the time, he was currently housed at the West facility of Rikers Island.
What date?
Which houses inmates with contagious diseases.
What date was this?
This was, I see what you're saying. It was
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're right.
Right.
You're right. Okay, you're right. My bad.
So, no, it's cool because you don't know.
I don't know.
So, when the feds come, you can only go in federal jails. You can't go to Rikers Island because that's a state jail. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's how it is in New York City. You know what I mean? Other places is different, but in New York City, So he went to one jail, and I think he got transferred to another jail or whatever. You know what I mean?
Based on him getting moved to this situation, this PC type situation, does it sound like he's there for his protection, or does it sound like he's cooperating?
I mean, they can't put him with population. There's no possible way, because if anything happens to him, that's a lawsuit. You know what I mean? And the government is not gonna open themselves up for, you know, if he was to get killed, it'd be crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he was to get stabbed, anything harmful, because it's their job to protect them, right? So they're gonna put him in a place where people can't get to him, you know, whether he consents to it or not, right? He doesn't have to consent to it, and he doesn't have to be snitching to go to a place like this, because it's for his safety. You know what I mean? So I don't think that he's, just because they moved him from one place to another, that means he's snitching. But, you know, I highly believe that he's gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? First, because I feel like he's not a part of that life. You know, he signed up for it, not because that he signed, you know, he agreed to be a part of it because, you know, he agreed for the morals and principles. He's gonna uphold that, because clearly you're already seeing that before he went to jail, he was getting rid of it already. He's fucking calling people, you know, dirty bloods, and he's, you know what I mean? Like, so you're already like going against it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so you already see that there's no loyalty is thin in this kid's, you know, in him. You know what I mean? So what the feds are gonna do now is it depends who they want. So in my eyes, I feel like they're gonna put everything on Shotti, because they got Shotti, like they got him. You know what I'm saying? He's the gang leader. He's the boss. He's the Suge Knight of this shit. He's the fucking, like, you know, they got him, I think, you know, from what I heard or whatever, they have footage of him robbing somebody. They have footage of him putting a gun out. So
Yeah, but Tekashi's right there in all that footage.
yeah. No, was he in it, or was he taking the footage?
No, he was in it. He was right there.
He was inside. I think he was taking it.
No, I don't think so. There's actually photos.
So here's the thing, right? What the feds are gonna do is they're gonna try to, like, you know, put them against each other, right? So this is the classic divide them and let them fucking, you know, feel like this person might tell on him, this person might tell on him, this person, you know, everybody's against you right now. This is what we're gonna do. So it depends who they want to pin the major shit on. You know what I'm saying? So if it's Tekashi, then they're gonna go up they're gonna go up to Shotti, they're gonna go up to all of them. Listen, this is what we already know. This person, he has the money, he's doing this, he's doing that. Give us the information and we'll make it lighter, right? Like this, like, you know what I mean? Or they'll do that to Tekashi. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it depends on who they want. So I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like they because Tekashi has the money, Tekashi has the whatever, they might go for Shotti, right? They might go for Shotti because he has the longer rap sheet. He has the more ties to the gang. He's like, you know, their argument for Tekashi is he wasn't a part of the gang. You know what I mean? He only joined it for rap purposes. He's young. He was influenced. You know what I mean? So if that's what it is, then because that's what they're saying. They're saying that he's influenced, he's young, whatever. So with the feds, are gonna be like, all right, cool. You're young, you're influenced. All right, fine. You're either gonna take this 25, or you're gonna take this life in prison, or you're gonna tell us what you saw, what you heard, because you was around.
Right.
So you wasn't a part of it. You were being manipulated. You were being whatever. So tell us what you know.
So he's going to have to either do a written statement or take the stand.
Yeah.
And the stand will happen if it goes to trial.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there'll just be a written statement that that'll be part of the plea deal. Mm-hmm. And you think that he's going to cooperate?
I think he's going to cooperate. Like, you can just look in his eyes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to tell, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, that's why these gangs, bro, they just let anybody in. They're just letting anybody in for the dollar, and there's no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. And what's more fucked up is these other kids are looking at this shit and they're like, oh, I'm gonna just start doing this and I'm gonna start doing this and I'm gonna start doing that. And it's fucked up because, you know, these kids are gonna, you know what I mean? These kids don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. Like, I'm sure he's in his cell right now. Like, why the fuck? And people warned him, like, people, you know, but when you're young, like, people try to warn me when I was young, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say, like, you know, anything different. It's just that I was prepared at that time. Like, I made that choice, you know what I'm saying? The difference between what we did and what he was doing is that his whole shit was just for show. Like,
You weren't a rapper back then.
Nah, yeah, we was like really in these streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we was really like doing real shit, and we you know what I'm saying? And we followed by this code, we followed by this lifestyle. You know what I mean? His whole thing was he just wanted to be a part of it, so he could, you know, for whatever. You know what I mean? And it's sad.
Yeah, well, you know, Fat Joe tried to warn him. You know, I don't know if you saw that one interview, that when Joe interviewed him and was trying to tell him.
He gave him jewels, man.
Yeah, and you know,
I think by that time it was too late. You know what I'm
too
saying?
late, yeah. Well, I interviewed Joe. Me and Joe go way back, and we did an interview a few months ago. And you know, in the way that Tekashi was telling everyone to suck his dick, Joe told me, you know, on camera, that if someone told him to suck it, you know, to say "suck my dick" to him, that even today, with his maturity and, you know, his understanding of everything, he said he would probably stab that person right then and there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody told me suck my dick right now in this hallway or something like that, I would stab him up or something right now. Like, I'm just being honest with you. I would really hurt this
Those
guy.
words are that serious to you?
Yeah, those are serious to any real nigga. Like, that's like that's I don't know. You might as well just put a death threat or something right in the card. I'm gonna kill you or something like that. I mean, guys don't take that lightly, man.
You know what, man? Like, it's crazy because if you just look at it, if you just step back and you take away from all the bravado and all the fucking gangster and the pride shit, right? And you just step back and you look at it, the person just gave you words, right?
Yeah.
He said, "Suck my dick." He didn't touch you. He didn't do none of that.
To me, people have said that to me, you know, on the internet and stuff like that, and it has zero effect on me.
Yo, I know people that kill people for that.
Yeah.
I know people doing life. They'll never see their fucking life. They'll never see the world again as they knew it because somebody told them to suck their dick.
Chia Lee, who I've interviewed, who you know him, right? Yeah. He killed his baby mother's brother because during an argument, the dude said, "Suck my dick."
He basically told me like I was dead, and he ended up telling me you could suck my dick.
Over the phone?
Over the phone. I go to the avenue, like if you know Throgs, like it's one like strip on, what is that, Dewey? That's Dewey, right? Yeah, and I go to Dewey because I know he's always out there. That's where he hustles at one night. So I see him on Dewey. We exchange a few words. You know, he's talking some gangster shit, I'm talking some gangster shit.
Did he threaten you at that point?
It happened so fast. I don't know that he threatened me. You know, he turned around and just was talking shit. Like when I ran up on him, he was like, "What?" Like, "Well, yeah, you know." I backed out and clapped him. I remember running, leaving the scene. I remember getting rid of the gun. And I remember thinking, damn, like, yo, I fucked my life up.
That's pride, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm a prideful person too, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? Like, because somebody told you to suck your dick, are you, what's the word I'm looking for? How selfish are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, a person like Joe, like, somebody tell you to suck his dick, you're gonna stab him? Like, you know? How selfish is that? Because that's just all you. This is all right here.
Right.
It's here. You know
Your
what I'm
wife
saying?
is going to suffer. All your children are going to suffer. Everyone you support is going to suffer because of your pride.
Everybody around
I disagree with Joe. Like, I told him on camera, I disagree with him.
Everybody that depends on you is, and now I'm not saying I live by that code. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a code that I grew up on. This is a code that I grew up on. But when you step back and you look at it, it's fucking pride. You You know what I'm saying? It's what other people are gonna fucking think about you. It's, you know what I mean? And when you're in the street, like say you're in the street and you're in jail and you're around predators, you have no choice. You know why? Because if somebody tell you to do that, if somebody violates you in that manner and you don't respond, guess what? You know what I mean? You just opened yourself up for a whole fucking, so for your safety, for everything, right? In that type of environment, you have to respond in a certain way, because if you don't, it opens you up to all types of other shit.
I understand. So there's a bigger picture. Okay, I understand.
That's the bigger picture. Yeah. But a person like Joe, a person like, now that we're like, if you're not in that life, and if you're not, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not in that type of environment and you're just doing that shit because of your pride, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, I want to stay free, man. I want to stay free. I want to feed my mother. I want to be next to my mother when she passed away. I want her to be able to look me in my eyes and I'd be able to, you know what I'm saying, give her whatever the fuck. I don't want to be shackled and fucking handcuffed standing next to my fucking mother while she taking her last breath because somebody told me to suck his dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Did you get locked up after our last interview?
I did.
You did? For what?
I got locked up for a video shoot. Was that before or after?
I think it was after.
My video shoot.
Yeah.
So I had a video shoot called Mac Talk, for my song Mac Talk, and I went on my Instagram, I went on my Facebook, and I told everybody to come out, right? And I basically was like, yo, everybody come out. All the gangs, everybody just come out and we gonna be peaceful. Like, we just gonna show everybody that we can stand together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not gonna kill it. We not gonna beef with each other. Leave all that shit. So I did it in Manhattan, Lower East Side, and Baruch projects. And more than like 200 to 300 people came out. We flooded that shit. And I got arrested for going on a roof. We was on a roof shooting a video. And we were arrested for trespassing.
Trespassing?
Yeah.
I heard like 40 people got arrested?
44 of us got
44 got arrested.
44 of us got arrested. Shout out to the 44 Rooftop Gang. But I was so, out of all of them, maybe 2 of us, we was on parole. So they kept me.
You were on parole at the time?
I was on parole. I'm still on parole. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was on parole.
How many years of parole did you get?
They gave me 5 years, but because I got in that trouble, they pushed it back. You know what I'm saying? So I got arrested, and then that was just a misdemeanor, right? It was like nothing, right?
But since you're on parole.
But since I'm on parole, they kept me.
For how long?
For a month. I had to fight it.
Damn.
I had to fight it. They could have sent me for a year for that shit.
For
trespassing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I was fighting it. I hired a lawyer. I could have been in jail for another 16 months for that dumb shit, right? And that's just, that was me just not really like I was moving reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to take responsibility for it.
Yeah, I take full responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? I was moving reckless because in my mind, I'm looking at it like, you know what it is? I come from a life where it's like, when you're getting in trouble, you're robbing people, you're shooting people, you stabbing people, you're fucking gangbang, you doing like real shit. In my mind, trespassing, that shit's not a crime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being on top of a roof, like, it's not a crime. Like, I don't even, cause I look at it in with a lens that's like.
Well, the same thing happened to Meek, right? He's on probation.
Yeah.
And, he's just doing wheelies. That's not a crime. Boom.
But it is.
They violate him, and he goes back to prison over that shit.
Because we kind of lose sight. We lose sight that, we're us being on parole, probation, we have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? We're free, we're out, but we're not totally free. You know what I mean? So our decision making has to be like, on point. You know what I'm saying? And that was my,
Yeah. Yeah, man, because I interviewed Boosie, and he was on.
Don't tell me you're gonna bring this Boosie. Come on.
It's a different clip. You know,
You do this all the time.
I do it all the time. You're right. But this is actually.
Yo, what's up with Boosie, man? He must be a really cool guy. You guys are really cool.
That's the
huh?
homie, man. That's one of my favorite guests. But, he was on probation for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he said that he would rather do a year and a half in prison than to do that 10. He said that probation for a long time is tough.
Yeah, I heard Meek took an extra 10 years or some shit. I was pissed off when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed off when I heard it. I don't know how true it is. I don't know the facts about the story. But, if I was in this situation, I wouldn't have took no extra motherfucking 10 years to come home. I'd have laid down a couple years and came home a free man. I can't say that because me and him in different situations. You gotta feel his pain too. Like if he did take that, that nigga got a son he wanted to come home and see. Shit, he know one thing, shit. I gotta get that sack, take care of my boy, I just gotta do right. But as far as me, I don't think I would've took no 10. I couldn't have did right probably for no extra 10 after I already been on paper.
Yo, I think I agree.
Yeah. One of the interesting things that came out of the Tekashi trial is that Shotti, who we talked about, I guess told the judge, we don't fold, we don't bend, we don't break. It's Treyway.
Yeah, he's trying to get a movie or something. He's trying to make a movie out of himself. He's trying to be the Black John Gotti. And that's gonna be another thing. Like so now you have, they're trying to hit you with the RICO, and they gotta find somebody to be the guy, the John Gotti. They gotta find somebody to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By you saying that, you're basically stamping yourself as that guy. You know what I'm saying? So if they didn't have you pegged for that already, and if the judge and you know that this is getting so much like publicity, getting so much like media coverage, by you saying that, you're not making the situation any better for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. No, I mean, me and Trey D, who was affiliated with Death Row, and Snoop for a while, we talked about how, Shotti in a lot of his interviews and, when he was on camera or when he was on his Instagram, he was saying Treyway the new Death Row. If you looked at, Treyway, on his Instagram and when you see him in videos, he would always call themselves the new Death Row. It's Treyway, the new Death Row. And it's just interesting how you throw that energy out in the world. And when you look at all the bad shit that's happened to Death Row,
Yeah.
and you don't, Death Row is not Motown. Like let's just keep it all the way 100 here.
Right.
It's Death Row.
Right.
A lot of people are dead. The co-founders in prison.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of people are dead.
yeah, a lot of people are dead.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been shot, beat up, in jail forever.
Yeah.
You start calling yourself the new Death Row.
You bring that energy
You bring
onto
that energy.
yourself. You know what I mean?
You actually became
it's
the new
like
Death
being
Row.
a Satanist. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then don't want nothing bad to happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
It's running kind of parallel with all the good shit and the bad shit. Like for example, what did you think about Suge Knight accepting that 28-year plea deal?
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, Suge Knight accepted 28 years.
He's in prison right now for 20 years?
28
It's
years.
fucking crazy, bro.
You never heard about that, huh?
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, because he ran over, he killed Terry Carter, his friend, and in the whole parking lot situation. Were you locked up during this time?
I was,
You must have missed. Yeah. Basically, he showed up to the set of Straight Outta Compton to push the line, allegedly. In the process, one of the dudes there started beating him up. He backed his car up, hit the dude as he
And
was
killed
backing
him?
up, ran over the dude, and then killed this other dude.
Wow.
I guess accidentally. And he already had 2 strikes, and he ultimately accepted 28 years because he was facing 3 different felony charges, and if he had lost, he felt that because it was one of his guys I interviewed recently, Reggie Wright Jr., who's the head of Death Row Security, basically said that he would have to beat 3 court cases plus 3 appeals afterwards. He would have to win 6 straight cases in order not to get life.
Yeah.
And, the way people have explained it to me, like, they know people that have gotten 1 year to life and end up dying in prison, essentially.
Yeah,
20 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, they could just keep on hitting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going back to the energy thing, man. The energy thing is serious. You know what I mean? To everybody that's watching, I know you have a lot of young viewers. You know what I mean? The energy that you put out in the universe is important, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You look at Tekashi, you look at Treyway, Shotti, you look at all these people, the energy that they put out into the universe. You put that out, the universe is going to bring you that energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a law of the universe. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all watching this and y'all learning from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can't put shit out like that and expect and it's crazy because the media, the social media, you know, they condoned it. You know what I'm saying? They lifted it up because everybody's laughing at it. Everybody's finding it so fucking like entertaining, and you know everybody is like egging him on by doing that. And then they lifted him up like this, but there was nothing over here. So they lifted you up all the way in the air, and then they dropped you to the fucking ground. And now, you know what I mean? It's important, man. That energy shit is serious. Don't fucking put shit out in the universe that you're not ready to take back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta be very careful with that shit. And that's it, man. I mean, it's sad, bro, because you know what it is? Like, I've been there. I seen it. You know what I mean? And I don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a game. You know what I'm saying? I just want the young people out there to understand this is not a game. You know what I mean? The gang shit is not a game. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit is a fucking game, bro. You don't do that shit to get clout. You got, like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is doing it right now. People are in prison right now because of clout chasing and doing this, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you know, Casanova, he did this big Instagram post about it. And Casanova's been on VladTV before. You know, he's someone that's done a lot of prison time.
yeah.
And put
I was in the jail with him.
Oh, you were? You were locked up with Casanova?
We was in Auburn.
Okay. Yeah, Casanova apparently stabbed a lot of people through the course of, you know, his thing, which you talked about on camera.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he said that when he finally met up with Tekashi after they had been beefing and stuff like that, he said he looked him in his eyes and felt like he was a misled kid. You know, that he really wasn't about that life. I ran into Tekashi once. We had a short conversation, and me and Shotti, you know, exchanged numbers and, you know, continued to communicate. I'm not buying this whole misled thing. I kind of feel like Tekashi knew exactly what he was doing and utilized these resources around him to get to where he was. I don't think anyone put a gun to his head and said, yeah, you can do this.
He's like I said, he's a genius in that sense, in marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used all of these vehicles to put him in this position, right? But at the end of the day, he was misled in a way, like, he really misled himself because he didn't understand the position. Like, yeah, you're making yourself mad popular. You're making yourself, like, you know, you're winning in that sense. But how long is this gonna last? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people, it's not how fast you run in the beginning of the race. It's how fast you complete the race. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Death Row. You know, where, you know,
that's like the same.
You know,
it's crazy that they call themselves.
Yeah, they call themselves the new Death Row,
like,
but take a look at Death Row. Suge Knight's doing, you know, Suge Knight's going to be in prison until he's about 80 years old. Bunch of people actually from Death Row, kind of behind the scenes, end up getting killed. All types of shootings happened. You know, when they were filming New York, you know, in Brooklyn, they got shot at. Snoop beat a murder charge at one point. Like, the amount of drama and craziness that goes with it, like, yo, like, you don't want to compare yourself to that. You want to be the new TDE. You know what I'm saying? TDE comes from Compton, you know, had gang ties, everything else like that. But you don't hear none of that crazy shit happen.
New bad boy.
New bad boy. Like, although Bad Boy had a lot of shit to, you know, went along with him as well. But, well, one of the things I noticed about you, you know, when I was listening to your music and, you know, when we talk and so forth, is you actually use the N-word.
I use it here I try not to use it, but I do use it.
Okay. And why is that?
That word was always used around me, right? And when I used the word, it was never like in a way that was derogatory or it meant any malice or any disrespect to any group of people. And it was accepted. Like I did prison time all over the place, right? Maximum state prisons all over. Been around killers, been around and I always used the word, right? Some people sometimes, like an older person would tell me like, yo, they don't feel comfortable with me using that word. And
how would you react when they tell you that?
I would say, you're right. You know what I mean? And then I would respect it. But when I'm around my people or whatever, like around, people that didn't feel no type of way about it, it was all right. But now, once I started making music, I realized that, people are gonna listen to my music, people are gonna see my material that are not my friends, or that they're not in front of me to say, hey, China Mac, I feel disrespected by you saying that. You understand what I'm saying? And then I also looked at it in the light, like if people were saying chink this, I would feel disrespected. You understand what I'm saying? So regardless of if you have a bunch of Chinese friends and a bunch of Asian friends, regardless of that, I still feel disrespected because it's me. I'm not okay with you saying that. You understand what I'm saying? So I took that into consideration and I decided not to use that word in my music, in my videos. I try my best not to use the word. Still, it slips up. Still, I say it once in a while here and there, but I try my best not to do it because I want to respect the people. I want to respect other people. That word is like, a lot of people say, oh, I grew up saying that word, but and that's understandable, right? And like, just like me, I grew up saying the word and I don't mean no malice towards it, but at the same time, you have people that they have grandparents that, were affected by that word, right? That word is a deep-rooted word, right? And yes, our culture, the way we grow up, it's not like that. However, we still have to respect other people, especially when we're putting ourselves out there in the world, right? Like, there's people that feel disrespected by that. And I'm all about the respect. I don't, so I'm trying my best not to use that word anymore, not to put it in my work, not to put it out there like that.
Yeah, I never use it.
Yeah.
Period. If I have to use it, I will say the N word. But if a song comes on, I'll just skip the word altogether. But
it's a little different between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for the simple fact, like, we grew up a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it safe to say that, right?
Absolutely.
We grew up a little differently. I was like submerged in it. Like, I was in it. Like, everybody we use, like, you could tell by how I walk, how I talk, how I move my hands. It's my whole mannerisms, right? Is from that world, right? So that word came with it. You know what I mean? So it's a little different by you saying it and me saying it. But by me saying it still, we, at the same token, we have to be respectful.
Yeah, neither one of us is black.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's a fact.
Is there an equivalent of that the Chinese use amongst each other?
No.
No.
I don't think anybody really, I don't know if anybody else, any other like culture used a derogatory word and made it like a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, because there's a Chinese term for whites.
Yeah.
Like a white ghost.
White, yeah.
But bukwai or something.
Yeah, that's what it means. White ghost.
White ghost, right? And I guess there was actually a white gangster that was part of the Chinese mafia.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't his name like Bukwai or something?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know which one you're talking about, but I know one that was in the Ghost Shadows. His name was Bakwai. Yeah, so he was pretty big too.
So he was actually a Ghost Shadow, which was your.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the only one, or if that's the one you're talking about.
I read up about him after our interview. I mean, apparently he spoke like perfect Chinese and everything else like that. Yeah. Were there white people in the Chinese gangs like that? Like,
I mean, it was fun. It was like you had a white person, you had like a Mexican, a black person, but they were submerged in that culture. Like they spoke Chinese, they had mannerisms, like, you know, they were fully submerged into the Chinese culture.
Yeah.
Right. So they were accepted, but they would never, you know, some of them would rise up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few, but you know, it was, but there were.
Did you hear about the Whitey Bulger situation?
Yeah, that's the dude from Boston, right?
Yeah. He was killed. He was transferred to like another facility after getting caught. And like the day that he was transferred, he ended up getting killed. And I guess they tried to tear his tongue out and tear his eyes out and everything else like that.
Nice.
And apparently he snitched on a lot of mafia members at one point. I guess he was like using the feds to snitch against the enemy mafia and stuff like that. And I remember when I interviewed Trey D about this recently, he said he got what he deserved.
Beat him to death. Yeah, you was an informant. You was supposed to be a gangster. You violated the code. I respect that. I mean, if you live that life, yeah, you gotta respect it. Now, if he was just an 89-year-old stockbroker or something that had, you know, embezzled some money or whatever and found himself in there and got done like that, I'd be like, oh man, why they do that old man like that? But,
So you're perfectly okay with what happened?
yeah, he signed up for it.
You feel the same way?
Yeah.
So in your world, if you snitch, you expect to be killed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's bro. Like when you take that on, like I said in my first interview, right? You take that when you make a conscious decision to be a gangster, to take that life. You know what comes with it. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do it if you don't feel like you can take on the repercussions for it, right? So, you know, by somebody snitching is like, you know, that's breaking all types of codes and morals. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to do the time, then as cliche as it sounds, don't do the crime. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Was there ever a moment, you know, because like you said, you've done half your life in prison. How many times did you sit down with the police and they said, listen, tell us this, this, and this, you can go home today?
No, I ain't never said that. You know what I mean? But
No, I'm saying, has that ever happened?
not go home today, but they have like,
We'll reduce your sentence significantly.
yeah, they did that. I mean, but you don't talk, like there's nothing to talk about. Like I want to talk to my lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and at the same time, people get, the cops, they play these fucking games. So they'll they'll do all these fucking tactics and they'll have people tell, and that shit would make you even, you know, you don't get no time reduced. You know what I'm saying? So now you have, they done fucking conned you into saying shit and you still doing 20 years.
Because from what I understand, the police are legally allowed to lie to you in order to get you to confess to something.
Yeah.
That's considered perfectly legal.
Yeah.
They could go to you and say, hey, listen, your co-defendant just said that you did X, Y, and Z. You got anything to say? And if you say, oh, really? Well, he did that. Okay, thanks. Because
Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's legal, but
no, I heard it's legal.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but I remember reading about it saying that the police could do whatever, could tell you in an interrogation room whatever they want in order to get a confession. And it can't be, they can't go back and say, oh, well, you know, they only got a confession because they lied. Doesn't matter. If you confessed, you confessed.
yeah, but then that's room for argument. That's room for, like, you know, the lawyers to fight for appeal and shit like that. But regardless of what, man, like, you know what I mean? If you make that choice to be a part, to do crimes, to do with something with somebody, you're taking all the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? We as men, we as people, we should take responsibility for our choices. You know what I mean? This shit is not a game.
Your own father actually ended up testifying
Yeah.
against his own gang, Machine Gun Johnny. Mm-hmm. Did he still go to prison after that?
Yeah, he went to prison, but then he got out early.
Did you ever talk to him after he got out?
No.
And it's been how long since you guys talked?
Since I was a kid. I was 5, 6, 7, something like that.
So you haven't talked to him in decades.
Yeah.
If your own father was killed by Machine Gun Johnny's gang because of what he did, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't feel no way.
You wouldn't feel no way about your own father getting murdered. It's pretty deep when you think about it.
I wouldn't feel no way.
Is he still alive?
I think so. I don't know.
Has he ever tried to reach out to you?
No.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
If your dad walked in this room right now and says, son, I'm sorry. I know you don't approve of what I did, but I had to do what I did. I had to do what I had to do. Here's some various reasons why I had to do it. I'm sorry. I still love you. You're still my son.
I mean, I would forgive him for what he did. You know what I mean? I would forgive him, but then it's like, it's all right. You go do your thing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you've been doing. I don't agree with what he did. You know what I'm saying? But I can, as a man, as somebody that's grown, I can forgive him for all that he's done. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he can never be anything more than that. You know what I mean?
Which is a rat, basically, in your eyes?
Yeah, he's a rat. You know what I mean? He's a rat. Nothing will change that. And then not only is he a rat, but he fucking did that shit and jeopardized his own family.
Right,
Know what
you
I'm
guys
saying?
could have gotten killed because of that.
Yeah, he Machine Gun Johnny, yo, official dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is he still alive?
He is.
He is.
Yeah. He has, I have much respect for that man. You know what I mean? Because he could have gotten me and my mother killed.
How often did you ever see that type of thing happen where somebody in the family tells and the family gets killed because of that?
I've seen it happen before.
You've seen it happen?
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Seen it happen, hell yeah.
Wow. Because that gets the person not to cooperate afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I mean, the fact that you wouldn't feel any type of way over your father getting killed, it just shows how deep your morals lie.
But it's not only that, though. You know what I mean? It's also that I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? It's also that he hasn't been there. I don't know if it would be the same if, like, I knew him all the way until I was, like, 25 or 29 and had a good relationship with him, and he did that. Would that still be the same? I don't know. I can't call it. But I know that if he did that and we understand the same shit as, like, it can never be the same, right? We could be best friends, right? And you do that, it's cool. I would never harm you. I would never do anything to you, but it can never be the same anymore. You know what I mean? It can never be the same. I can't, when I find out something about somebody, it's just like, all right, it's over. It doesn't matter. The phone, we're just not going to talk no more, but it's never like, I won't take it to the point where I'm going to try to kill you or nothing like that, but there's no, you're dead in my life. Like, it's over.
Yeah. Do those laws ever apply to civilians? If someone that you're friends with who has nothing to do with the gang shit ended up,
no,
doesn't apply.
No, like my guys outside, like if they, people that are not in the life, if they do that, if they tell on somebody, like it's different if they're committing a crime and they tell on somebody, then whether, then it's dub. Like, I won't talk to them, right? But if somebody robs them and cuts them, and they're just walking down the street with their cameras and somebody robs them and cuts them for their camera and they tell, I wouldn't be like, you know what I'm saying?
You respect that to happen.
Yeah, I would tell them like, yo, I would try to like sway them, like, yo, just think about it, whatever. But I wouldn't feel no type of way by them telling on somebody if, Well,
I remember, when I interviewed Lil Bibby, I I brought this question up, and it got a lot of people riled up. I walked up to your mother right in front of you and shot her in the face.
Yeah.
And then I left the country, and you can't get to me. You wouldn't tell the police.
Hell no. Where your mama stay at? Is she in the neighborhood?
If somebody killed your mother, would you call the police?
Nah.
No.
I don't even know, bro. I mean, no.
Do you see the complexity of this question?
It's complex, but I wouldn't. You know what I mean? And by you saying that I can't do, I would. I don't care what you say. I will find a way to kill him. Like you're saying, I can't, but I will. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I mean? There's no police. I'm not going to the police. He's dying, and if he can't die, his mother will die.
Okay. You can't get to everybody. You know, I mean, let's just say that ISIS.
In that case,
let's just say that
in that case, somebody's gonna die.
Okay.
I don't care who the fuck it is. Somebody's dying.
But you would not go to the police.
Somebody's gonna die. I'll be dead too. We gonna all die together.
But you will not go to the police.
Not going
you
to the
will not file a police report.
Not doing that.
Not doing that.
No.
Because you just don't fuck with the police, period.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
So at what point did the rapping actually start?
I started rapping when I was in adolescent jail. That's why I learned about it. And then as I was going to different prisons and, I started rapping more and I got better at it. And I just became better and better and better. And then to the point where when I was in jail, every time I go to a jail, everybody would be like, oh, that's the Chinese kid that can rap.
Rapper, yeah.
So like, and then I just realized I was like, well, I don't want to go home and get a regular job. Like, I don't want to go and get a 9 to 5 because of my rap sheet and everything. Like, the job's and I know how I am. So I was like, I want to do rap. I want to entertain. Like, that's something I would love doing. That's something I would enjoy doing, and that's something that I would give my heart, my time, and I would leave the streets alone for that. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to do that, and I've been going hard, like, taking no for an answer and just continually just go until something happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and you've had a lot of people collab with you.
Yeah.
Jadakiss,
Dave East, Young and May. I just did a joint with Jay Park. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jay Park. What's up, boy?
Right, and I'm pretty sure that we actually mentioned your name for the first time to Jay Park when we actually did the interview.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
you. I think we have a a small hand in that.
Yeah, hooking shit up. That's what's up.
Right. Any collabs with Stupid Young?
I have a
because I interviewed him, and y'all was kind of dissing each other.
China Matt, I know you got bars, you lyrical or whatnot, son, but you can't make hits like me. Move the fuck out the way. You old as fuck. Let the young nigga take over. You heard? So I just read my comments and I saw Stupid Young left a comment, said that I suck. Like, yo, bro, watch your mouth, bro. Like, we got a song together. Like, we respectfully, but, bro, I will dust you the fuck off, man. Don't play with me, boy.
How did you find out about that?
Well, when we were researching him before, because we research people for interviews.
And then you saw like, oh, he was going in.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So I brought it up, and he actually spoke respectfully about you.
Man, that's my guy. I'm gonna air the news right here on Vlad. That's my guy. China Mac, my guy. It's just hip hop is competition, friendly. He say he the top Asian rapper. I'll say I am. Then you got someone else say yeah, he is. It's just competition. It ain't nothing serious. Cause if it was real beef, I wouldn't be online talking about none of that shit.
Yeah, Stupid Young. Me and Stupid Young. I mean, I met him one time. He came to New York. He hit me up. He said, "Yo, I'm out here. Let's do a song." He came to the studio. We did a song. And we're cool. Like, we go back and forth, whatever. Then one day I went on my Instagram and I was just saying that I'm the best Asian rapper.
Right.
And not only was I so then when he went on my comments and said that I was trash and so then I went on my Instagram and I just started, talking about I'm the best Asian rapper, and then he went on my comments and said like that I'm trash. And then we went back and forth on the stories here, and told me talking shit, him talking shit. And then I dropped the diss song on him. I told him like, you talking shit like you want it, and then I dropped the diss song. But it's competition, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, this is not beef. People take shit and want to stir. They want to see some shit, you know what I'm saying? So they stir it up and they make it this, they make it that. But it was really competition. This is hip hop, Hip hop is a competitive sport.
Yeah.
So that's all we was doing.
Well, I guess when you look at two dudes who are kind of street oriented, because Stupid Young really comes from that life.
Yeah.
I mean, that they sort of assumed it was going to turn into something else, but luckily it didn't.
Yeah.
And like I said, he spoke highly.
Yeah, and I ain't got nothing but good things to say about him. He's buzzing right now.
Yeah.
And that's good. I love to see that. You know what I mean? People that can turn nothing into something. You know what I'm saying? Much love to him and much respect to him, but I'm the best. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Hands down, I'm the best. Like,
but there's also Kid Trunks, who claims to be the greatest Asian rapper alive.
Yeah, well, he can't do that until I'm dead. And at the same, you know what I'm saying? See, look, here's the thing, right? People get numbers like, all right, so what makes you the best? Like, is it numbers? Is it lyricism? What actually makes you the best? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the best because I could rap. Like, I rap. Like, I have lyrics, like, you know what I'm saying? And also I can make songs. I think a lot of people don't know that I can make songs, but this album coming up right now is really going to show people that I can make songs. Like, you know what I mean? Songs that are melodic, songs that have meaning, and I'm talking about things. You know what I mean? So, these boys can't fuck with me, man. But much respect to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want them to do good.
Yeah, no, I think it's
that's like you. If you know what you do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to feel like you're the best at what you do. In this interview game, nobody can fuck with you, right?
Right.
That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I'm better than anybody.
Huh?
I'm better than anybody.
I feel like I'm better than everybody too.
Right.
I feel like I'm the best in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't feel like I'm the best, but with good merit though, like not just saying it and not having the work ethic and the product and the skills to back it up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then that would just be talking shit. But look at when by me saying I'm the best in New York City or anywhere else, at best Asian, best New York City, best whatever, right? When Lil Wayne came out and said that he was the best, people looked at him and said, "You're fucking crazy." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, T.I. said he was the king of the
When T.I.
South.
said that
Yeah.
he was the king of the South, everybody looked at him like he was nuts. When everybody, you have to talk that, you have to really believe in it. And when you put yourself in that position, you're gonna work harder. You're gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? It's either you're gonna be great or you're just gonna fucking fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, ain't nobody out here fucking with me.
Well, you speak, is it Cantonese?
Yeah.
Okay, you never try to go over to China?
I'm in China. I'm about to be going to China. You know what I'm saying? Word. Shout out Occupy. I got a dope collab with them in China, and it's like I recently learned that I have a big following in China. You know what I mean? Thanks to you. You know what I mean? Because your my interview with you went viral out there. They don't have YouTube.
They don't have YouTube, right? Because it's a communist country, yeah.
They took it and they put it
on their own version,
their own platform, and that shit.
I forgot what it was called.
And that shit's going like probably more views than what we got.
I need to get some of that money then, man.
Yeah, then you need to go get some of that.
Y'all Chinese be bootlegging, man.
Yeah,
y'all be bootlegging my interviews.
But you know what's crazy? Like, yo, let's talk about hip hop in China right now. Hip hop in China, what I see right now is China. The hip hop in Asia, hip hop in China, right, is like the sleeping dragon over there. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's not very big out there. In Japan, it's big. But I just interviewed
starting crazy.
I just interviewed Chris Wu, and we talked about how his show got big out there, but before he started, the Chinese kids weren't really up on.
But they're about to. So now here's the thing. Now what I say is sleeping dragon, right? Chinese people have 1 point, what is it? More than 1 billion people, right?
Billions.
So now, and plus, there's more millionaires under 30 years old in China than anywhere else in the world, right? Hip hop is going from here to here within months. Right? It's fucking like it's growing rapidly out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's new. It's fresh. The quality of music over there isn't as good right now because it's still like in the beginning stages. They're still like, you know, figuring it out. But soon, I think hip hop in China is going to be huge. I think it's going to be bigger than what it is in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you just up and move to China.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, if you really could be a millionaire out there,
But I'm constrained. You know what I'm saying? Like I have.
yeah, and I was wondering about that because you're on probation and you have all the felonies and everything else like that. Does that prevent you traveling over there?
Yes, at this particular point, but I will. I'm going out there. You know what I mean? That's just gonna be worked out. But it's beautiful out there, man, and it's crazy to see people that don't even understand the language, and this is why I feel like I think by next year this time, I'm gonna be in a whole different league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and this is why I feel that way. Because the Chinese has been suppressed for a long time in the media. You know what I'm saying? And also in China, hip hop is suppressed. The government doesn't allow, like they suppress it. But what happens when you try to take something away from the kids? The kids are gonna find a way, especially with the internet now. There's ways to hack in and shit. They're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's gonna bubble up so much that the government is not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Chinese government, no fucking joke, man.
Nah,
you saw what happened in Tiananmen Square.
No,
back in the day.
It's true, but
you can't say fuck the Chinese government.
No, they're not gonna. It's never gonna be like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's never gonna be like that.
You can say fuck Trump all day long. Motherfucking YG got a hit song called Fuck Donald Trump.
It's never gonna be like that. But what I'm saying is you're not gonna be able to hold that culture down. I'm not saying that they're gonna come out with fuck the police like NW. It's a different culture. But they're not gonna be able to suppress hip hop the way they think they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna grow.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, the Chinese have done a great job of suppression.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different now.
And I think, not to, talk down or anything based on your own thing, but I come from a communist country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was born in communist Russia. And I think as someone who grew up in America, you don't fully understand the level of danger and paranoia that's ingrained into a person living under a communist shadow, when basically you be minding your own business, you do a random comment or something like that, and the police come and just snatch you out of your home, never to be seen again.
Yeah, we don't really understand.
You don't understand that because you were born in America.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
So it's one of those things where you think, yeah, I don't know, it's gonna over time, it's gonna. Nah, China has that shit. They've worked that shit out over the decades to the point where people really don't push that issue like that over there.
Yeah, but you don't think that hip hop. I'm not talking about pushing the issue. Look at what's going on out there though. You see the rap of China. That shit is big. That shit is like super big.
Rap of China isn't talking about the government.
But I'm not talking about the government though. I'm just talking about the culture of the like hip hop.
Yeah, and hip hop has a rebellious spirit.
But it's a different spirit though. Like over there, it's not like it was like people from over like the same spirit came. They're just copying it, but they don't know, like it's not the same spirit. It doesn't come from the same place. You understand what I'm saying? Like Americans, we come from a certain place and there's certain things that can fly. So we do that. But over there, they know that these things can't fly. So hip hop, in the sense of how we know it, is not going to be good over there. Yeah. But they're going to do a whole hybrid of it that's going to fucking go crazy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's already been going crazy over there.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to...
people like Chris Wu that is, made it over there and is now trying to come over here and trying to make it over here and so forth. And let me tell you, man, like these Chris Wu fans are like nothing I've ever seen. The thousands of interviews that I've done, these Chris Wu fans on Twitter, I got bashed so heavily.
What they do to you?
Because
what you do to him?
What I do? Well, first, I pushed down. I really pushed hard on questions about his father because his father wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? And like, these fans like, how dare you ask him about his father? That's personal. You do not ask. You are not a professional. You dare not. You are a horrible person. Like, and I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of tweets like this from his fans, and the fans are like, it's just a picture of him, on the account. Like all they do is just
from
talk
China
about him.
Or from here.
I think it's from China, but social media is not exactly allowed in China, so you're not quite sure, but you think it's from China. 'Cause, it's just like poorly translated tweets and stuff like that. But yeah, no, man, like it's serious over there. It's culturally very different. Me, I feel like I'm going to ask whatever the fuck I'm going to ask. But over there, culturally, there's certain things. You're not supposed to ask about divorce. You're not supposed to ask about family. That's off limits. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be VladTV. So, man, it's interesting. You know what I mean? Listen, China Mac, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Yo, listen, hold on.
You got some new shit coming?
Yes, you already
Let's
know.
talk about that.
I have my single, Right One, comes out on Christmas Day. That's December 25th for y'all. Yeah, people that don't know what the fuck is going on in this world. And my album, After 10, comes out on February 5th, which also falls on Chinese New Year, and it's my birthday. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all check out for that. And After 10, I chose the title After 10 because I did 10 years in prison. You know what I mean? And this is basically me after 10. And also, it just means a new phase in my life, a new chapter, a new, just a new level. You know what I'm saying?
You got more teeth this time.
Yeah.
Let's see them. Let's see those pearly white choppers.
Yeah, you already know.
You were missing a tooth last time.
I was. So now everybody gonna see I fixed this. Shout out my doctor, my dentist, Dr. Rosenthal. You already know. Daniel Rosenthal. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, you looking good. Let's make sure next time we have our interview, there's not any sort of weird jail stint in the middle this time around.
I'm good.
You know what I mean? Because I was actually very disappointed when I found out about you getting locked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now when I talk about the story, when it's a trespassing charge, it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's just...
Yeah, I'm not fucking up, bro. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but because of parole and shit like that, sometimes shit happens, but I'm on the right path.
Do that thing, man. Do your thing. Until next time.
Appreciate you, brother.